practice number 8 is being with the littles, the least, the lost, and the lonely. What is maybe difficult to live out about this practice, but comforting about it all in the same time, is that Jesus is wildly explicit that when we are with the littles, the least, and the lost, and the lonely, we can find him there as well. There's a story in the book of Mark about these children trying to come to Jesus, these littles. And the disciples are like, whoa. This man is really important. All right, give him some space, kids. Stand back. Jesus rebukes them. And in Mark chapter 9:37, he says, whoever welcomes one of these children in my name does what? Welcomes me. When you welcome a kid in the name of Jesus, you welcome Jesus. In Luke chapter 15, Jesus tells this story about the lost. It's a parable. He says, suppose someone among you had 100 sheep and lost one of them. Wouldn't he leave the other 99 in the pasture and search for the one lost one until he finds it? And when he finds it, he is thrilled and places it on his shoulders. When he arrives at home, he calls together his friends and neighbors, saying to them, celebrate with me because I found my lost sheep. In the same way, I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who changes both their heart and their life than over 99 righteous people who have no need to change their hearts in their life. I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one person who comes and says, I want to have my heart and life changed by the way of Jesus. Do you remember where Jesus went after he left this earth? He went where? To heaven. Who's in heaven throwing this party? It's Jesus, right? And so when we baptize people here together because they want to change their heart and their life, yeah, we celebrate in the room, but we join a celebration that is Jesus is present at and throwing himself. Jesus is there when this happens. Matthew chapter 25, Jesus tells a parable about the least and the lonely. And in the parable, he turns to these people referred to as righteous people. And these righteous people say to him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you a drink? When did we see you as a stranger and welcome you, or naked and give you clothes to wear? When did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? Then the king, talking about himself, will reply to them, I assure you that when you have done it for one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters of mine, you have done it for who? For me. Jesus says, when you are with the littles, the least, the lost, and the lonely, you are with Jesus. You are with him. And that's why I wanted today to announce 2 partnerships that are going to help us do this. One is a new partnership, and one is an old partnership being renewed. The first one is with this organization called Grace. Grace is a national organization who works with churches everywhere about protecting the most vulnerable people in our church communities. The littles, the least, the lost, and the lonely. So the elders and I, so our church is governed or led by elders. I have 1 elder seat, and the other 6 seats are held just by like regular people that come from our community that serve for a 5-year term. This version of our elders signed an agreement with Grace, and we've hired them to help us go through all of our policies, procedures, and practices to make sure we're doing everything we can do to protect the most vulnerable in our community. Because if we're going to say one of our practices as a church is being with the littles, the least, and the lost, and the lonely, I would say it's the least we can do, but to evaluate our practices and our policies and our procedures to make sure we are doing that. On top of that, we've invited Grace to come here in the fall and do training with our staff and with our leaders around what it means to protect and walk with the most vulnerable in our community. And on top of that, we've invited Grace to do a public training here that you and the whole community will be invited into, because I think we should empower people to be people who protect the littles, the least, the lost, and the lonely. Why? Because Jesus says when we do these things, he is there. And I would like to spend as much time in the places where Jesus is as I can. And so over this next year, you'll be hearing us talk more, and there'll be invitations to come and participate in some of the things that Grace is helping us to do. Yeah. The second partnership I want to reintroduce, which will sound weird to some of you because you've been involved for so long, is that we are formalizing a partnership with We Can Make a Difference House. Many of you know We Can Make a Difference House and Wendy. Wendy and We Can Make a Difference House, for me, does this really, really, really well. They are with the littles, the least, the lost, and the lonely in our community, and I would like to learn from them and support with them and partner with them. And so actually, this past week, Pastor Josh produced a little film to help you all meet and know Wendy.
My name's Wendy White, and I grew up Wendy McGonigal on Kibbe Road, and my family's been in Jackson on Kibbe Road. I now live on Kibbe Road. My grandfather helped to build the Cascades, and so this is my town. So we're at Together We Can Make a Difference. It's a mission house downtown Jackson. If you want to drive by, it's 224 West Wilkins Street. And October of 2004, I'd been managing for Myers for 23 years, and they let me know that my job was going to dissolve. And there was nothing in Jackson that I would be able to do. And so my husband and I prayed about it, and we decided that the only thing optional in our life was whether or not I worked at Meijer. And I was walking every morning, Monday through Friday, with a neighbor, and it was our commitment that when Jesus does come, we want to be found in him. And we want that to be a serious part of life. We want to just let Jackson know that God loves him so much, and he wants good things for him, that he came to give us the best, and Jesus came that we could have life, and that abundant. So here at the house, some of the things that we do, most important, we have a Bible study. We teach people how to sew, and we make a lot of quilts, and have made other things. Right now we're working on receiving blankets and bibs for a different ministry. They wanted to put together like a diaper bag that's a backpack with nice things for new mamas that are struggling. You can buy groceries once a month through us. Every Thursday for the last probably 20 years we meet, and the focus is to pray for the area pastors, that God would just give them everything that they need. This ministry from the get-go had so much going on, and so we pass out these business cards. So if there's something you're interested in, you can do that. It also points you to our website, and love to help you come and see what God's doing in any of these areas. Westwinds, we were there when this all started. They supported us with the biggest slice monthly gift that has happened ever, and committed to us financially to get us started and to continue for those first 15 years. And so I'm so grateful. So grateful. And even if Westwinds never supported with another penny, I will forever be so grateful for all of that huge foundation that we got to build on. When Pastor asked me what I needed from Westwinds, and my biggest heart's cry is for prayer partners. You know, I'm looking for men who would be prayer partners for these young men that we're working with. And I believe that our number's 50. I'd like to see God raise up 50 men that would say, I'll pray for one boy. So if you're interested, my phone is 517-740-8444. That I'm old school, so that's the best way to talk to me and to reach me. I do text now. I tried to not do that for a long time, but it is easier, I figured out. And so you can do that. We do have a website that you can go to, but mostly just come and see what God's doing, and listen for what it is. Each of us were made for a purpose, He says that we're his workmanship, and that he has good things that he wants us to do, that he's planned out for us to do. And so if you don't feel like you're fully engaged, pray about it and come and see if there's something here that would help to spark that in you and help you know that you're doing the things that God would have you to do. So love to invite anybody that isn't in the middle to come and play.
Yeah. I feel like I need to say, Wendy, I got your number. All right, more people got that joke. Okay, we're getting to the eras. It's good. It's good. Hey, and so starting next month, every month, we're going to be financially invested at We Can Make a Difference House. We're going to continue. Some of you might, you don't clap yet, there's more good to come. Some of you might remember last Christmas, we collected a lot of coats for the Priceless Gift Store they do. Every year, we're going to ask Wendy, what is the hardest to get item this year? And we're going to be a collection site for that item. I think we're good at this kind of stuff, right? So we'll collect that item for them. And then we have this partnership. So if you want to get involved in the community, We Can Make a Difference House is a great avenue for that. She mentioned the video looking for men who just will pray for other young men in our community. What an easy entrance, right? I wonder, even if I asked right now, how many men in the room would be willing to pray for a young man in our community? Put your hand up. Okay, that's great. Okay, so when you leave here today, you're gonna walk out the door and turn right and go tell Wendy that, and she'll hook you up with that. I'm sorry if you came to church to watch today. This is a community getting organized Sunday, okay? You can try next week. You might be able to watch. It might not work out either. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.